So before we get too far into this, I would highly recommend you watch my Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate video before you go any further into this one. Okay, so like I mentioned in the last video, I didn't play the 3rd generation games when they first came out. So I didn't end up getting back into the series until I saw a trailer to Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate. Like, holy crap, that trailer made the game look so good. That, and I was getting the impression that the series had improved since the original, which got me extra interested. Needless to say, I was pretty excited to play this game. Though I was a bit confused as to why the US was getting the 4 Ultimate Edition. I mean, we didn't even get the original Monster Hunter 4. But hey, the Ultimate versions are usually better anyway. Well, with all that being said, do I still think Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate is a worthwhile game? So, much like the last 2 games in the series, this one begins with your character aspiring to become a hunter, starting their journey by sailing to a town called Vel Harbor, which involves getting attacked by an elder dragon along the way. The fuck? Man, that's one hell of a way to start off an adventure. Also, you can't have this many ships hunting this monster. That's cheating. So, as you make your way up to becoming a pro hunter and travel across the region, rumors start to spread of a virus that has been corrupting some of the wild monsters, making them much more ferocious than usual. Along the journey, there are also a few occasions where you are confronted with a large black dragon cloaked in a dark mist, known as the Gormagala, who is a new danger for your fellow hunters. It's a pretty good setup, as your eventual confrontation with the black dragon helps create some payoff. I even find the characters you travel with to be quite charming. They aren't amazing characters, but since they play an important role in the gameplay, you'll start to become pretty familiar with them as you interact with them more and more. I would say that the story, while simple, is effective and provides a satisfying experience. So the basics of the series is still here. By that I mean you fight various monsters to make new weapons and armor from them to fight stronger and deadlier monsters. Instead of having one hub town, there are multiple towns to visit, though this is mostly a cosmetic thing, as they all still provide the basics here, such as the blacksmith who will make you new weapons and armor, or improve your equipment, a shop to buy some items, the guild girl to take quests, the cook to make you meals, and your home where you can manage your equipment and save your game. To be fair, there are a few towns where you can do some special things, like taking care of your palicos in Chico Sands, and in Cather, you can talk to someone to see if you can get some better talismans by trading in yours. Armor skills act the same as before, with each piece having different points to skills, with some armor sets like the Nursilla and Najarala being some good ones to go for. Talismans and decorations make a return as well. One new addition would be the White Coon. You talk to this crazy old geezer and he'll multiply items for you, as well as allowing you to trade some of your materials for monster parts of monsters who aren't in the game. So yeah, it's important to use him and upgrade him whenever you can. Just a few moments ago, I mentioned something about palicos. You see, instead of having shakas, you now have palicos as your partners. You can recruit new palicos when exploring maps, and they can help you fight monsters or gather items. Through finding new palicos, you can customize your 2 main palicos to be more offensive, focus on healing, or setting traps. Palicos can also be used to fish in the Chico Sands, and can be sent out on their own hunts to get materials to make armor and weapons for them. Personally, I like palicos, since there is more customization for them, and they seem to have much better AI. One other small but helpful change is with the chef. Meals will still give you boosts, but in addition to that, you can cook multiple slabs of raw meat at once, which is helpful in high rank. When it comes to quests, we still have gather quests, harvest quests, hunting quests, and capture quests. A small and missable addition are these quests that tell you how weapons work and let you practice with them, which is a needed feature, especially since there are 2 new weapons, that being the Charge Blade and the Insect Glaive. And then of course returning weapons from Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate. The Insect Glaive has easily become my all-new favorite weapon with its unique playstyle, though it is a very micromanagement weapon at the same time. Hunting monsters is still fun action combat of managing your character's health and stamina while dodging monsters' attacks and striking when they leave an opening. Underwater battles are no longer a thing, thank God. Instead, we now have advanced jumping and climbing mechanics for added elevation in hunts. so this means you can climb up many more walls. For example, if the Kezu is on a ceiling of a cave, you can climb up the wall, jump between icicles to knock the monster down. In addition to that, you can jump off of ledges and swing your weapon while falling, and if you hit the monster at the same time, then you have the chance to mount the monster. Mounting allows you to ride a monster and try to knock them down, giving you more opportunity to attack certain body parts like their tail or head. Though at times, monsters will aggressively try to get you off of them. Because of this feature, weapons have been given some slight tweaks in their combos. I love this feature, as it makes fights so much more interesting and allows you to use the environment to your advantage. There are even some new kind of areas and maps that complement this, like the webs in the Primal Forest and Sunken Hollow, plus monsters can now destroy parts of maps as well. Yeah, fuck you too, Mobilos. I didn't want that pillar anyway. It just adds extra depth to already complex mechanics of the combat that return from Monster Hunter 3U. Quests now also come with side quests, some extra goals for you in hunts like killing so many small monsters or breaking certain body parts. Completing these subquests will give you some extra rewards and zenny. Once again, you start off in low rank, then you can play in high rank, and G rank is in multiplayer. There are some new types of hunting quests you can do, like hunting frenzied monsters who are stronger than usual and can inflict you with the virus. And once you reach G rank, you can then take on Apex monsters, who are even stronger frenzied monsters who will take less damage and can even be immune to traps. In G rank, if you have a maxed out weapon to full upgrade, you can then use this honing feature that can give you some benefits when hunting, like additional attack and even some healing. High rank is still super fun and is made much less annoying in comparison to 3U thanks to more combo books for better item combos and things like power and armor charms that help give you a little extra stat boost. Though don't be surprised if monsters still kick your ass. I mean, it's high rank. The monsters are still strong here. And of course, you can go to the Gathering Hall to hunt with some friends, which is super fun and is one of the best ways to play the game. There are plenty of cool new monsters like Quetzalcoatl, Zamtrios, Nursilla, and Najarala. Though, unlike 3U, there's a lot of older monsters as well, like Kezu, Gravios, and Fatalis from the first generation, and Kongalala, Daemo Hermitar, and Teostra from the second generation. One thing that does kinda confuse me, and this is only because I didn't play the original Monster Hunter 4, is that when it comes to the 4th generation monster subspecies, you can't hunt them until G rank, which is kind of annoying, as they're really cool. There's some neat ones like Tidal Najarala, Ash Quetzalcoatl, Desert Celtis Queen, and Shrouded Nursilla. Lastly, we have Expedition Mode. Here you can explore a forest that randomly generates different areas. You have an unlimited time to gather items in the forest, and you can hunt monsters that randomly appear as well. By doing this, you can earn hunter points that are needed for multiplying items, but you can also get these points by picking up things like wyvern tears in battles. So once again, we have a very good looking game. Character models are well animated for combat and have some nice level of detail to them, as well as in their armor and weapons. The monsters as well look great, with some unique designs and animation that makes them feel more like living creatures. I would also say that the new monsters in this game have more diverse body structures compared to the older ones, where it's very obvious that many of them are sharing a similar wyvern body base. Now I get why Capcom does that. It's to reuse assets in a more unique way, and sometimes they come up with some really different ways to reuse them. It's just that at the same time, it's really nice to see new things. Each of the different towns you visit throughout the game are quite memorable, and match the maps they correspond with. Speaking of which, these maps look amazing and have some great use of colors and detail to them. My only issue is that the world doesn't feel as consistent or connected this time. That's not to say I hate them. In fact, I love these maps. The Frozen Seaway is my favorite ice map in the series so far. The Ancient Steeple is a great and unique first map, and the Primal Forest is by far my favorite map to play on and explore. Again, while it's great that they feel different from each other, I just wish they were used to make a more realized region. Sticking with the high fantasy music, I still enjoy this game's themes. There are some great climatic battle tunes, and a few nice atmospheric pieces as well. Of course, I love the main theme of this game. I mean, if the main theme of a Monster Hunter game can't get you hyped, then I don't know what to say. Some other great themes would be the Ancient Steeple battle theme, Gormagala's theme, Celtis theme, Frozen Seaway battle theme, and the Ceregios theme. Not to mention, there are some great returning tracks as well for corresponding monsters, such as the Xenogre's theme and the Brachydios theme. So would I recommend Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate? Yes, this game is awesome! Okay, first off, the game is plagued by some of the issues with the past games like high learning curve, annoying rare drops in higher ranks, and that fucking flexing animation after healing. But as for everything else, this game excels at, like unique and fun monsters to battle, a great variety of weapons and armor, a cool world to explore, and the new jumping and mounting mechanic is a fun addition to the series. Monster Hunter 4U is easily the first game I would recommend to newcomers, since it's not too slow to start and is much more balanced compared to previous games. This game also gives you so much more information on how the game is played as well, which is very helpful. On top of that, playing this game with friends is so much fun, giving you hours of content. Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate is, so far, my favorite game in the series, and it's the game that helped me fall in love with the franchise all over again. It's no wonder this has been the best-selling game in the series so far, or at least here in the US. Thanks to this game's popularity, we are more likely to continue on getting new Monster Hunter games released outside of Japan. So again, if you haven't played a Monster Hunter game before, then I highly recommend you play this one. It's a great first game, as not only is it an amazing game, it's become one of my personal favorite games of all time. See you all next time, where we take a look at a spin-off game that celebrates this series.